This season of the Urban Conservative Podcast is brought to you by Newton for Senate, working to improve education, reduce taxes, and keep North Carolina #1 for business. Find out more at newtonforsenate.com. This episode of the Urban Conservative has also been sponsored by Case Technology Consulting. Help your business get value out of its data and become more efficient and streamlined. Case Technology Consulting. Check out the link in the description. Tuesday, March 5th, vote Jim Key for North Carolina State Auditor. He's the only candidate with federal auditing experience. Vote Jim Key, your key to accountability for North Carolina. Paid for by the committee to elect Jim Key. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Time for Top of the Morning. You already know you're locked in right here on the Urban Conservative. You're either watching and listening on Facebook or you're watching on YouTube at TUC Twins. Make sure to head over there and check out our new YouTube channel rather, because of course, as conservatives, they got rid of the other one, which had thousands of you guys following us. So head over to TUC Twins on YouTube. That is the new place to be. Of course, you're joined by Raheem Architect Soto and my twin brother from another mother. No, from the same mother. Why I say that? Why I say that? Because you always, that's the saying, like, my brother from another mother. Like, you don't say, like, that's always the saying. But no, my brother from the same mother. Ado Ali, top of the morning, boss. Top of the morning to you, brother. And ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for rocking out with us here. As always, we appreciate all the love. And if you live in the Charlotte area, surrounding area, I need you to go to aliforcongress.com, ALIFOR, congress.com. Yours truly, running in the U.S. House Congressional District number 12. We're working to make America better, improve early childhood education, safety and security, and upward economic mobility for the Charlotte community and for the country. So needs your support. We're asking everybody to go do 24 for 24. Help us do more in 2024 by contributing $24 to the Ali for Congress campaign. Yeah, bro. Good morning. I'm Bustello'd up this morning, by the way. We're off camera, but I am super Bustello'd up. Exciting morning. So far, so good. We just scheduled an interview for ABC News tonight to talk about the Black Conservative Federation's Trump speech. And why don't I do this? Because one of the interesting parts about this is people say there's no such thing as Black Republicans, and Black Republicans aren't this, we aren't that. Well, I want y'all to check this out. Take a listen to this. This is from the event.
Donald Trump is here at the Black Conservative Federation in South Carolina, where he's doing outreach for the minority vote at a time that President Biden is hemorrhaging those same voters.
I was like, hey, I got to come out and support our next president.
I'm here supporting Donald Trump and, of course, all that he's done for the Black community.
I like what Donald Trump represents.
I agree with most of his business tactics.
I'm excited to be here with everyone and to be a Black conservative.
I love President Trump. I've had the opportunity and the pleasure to get to know him, and I was supporting him as part of his Black Voices for Trump, so very honored.
I support Donald Trump, so I want to hear his message and support. But the other thing is, it was about inviting people who have never heard Donald Trump before. So I brought a bunch of folks from North Carolina who are on the other side of the aisle who have never been in a room with Donald Trump so that they can hear the message and bring it back to their folks.
I feel Trump is gaining more Black supporters because people are opening their eyes. They're realizing that a lot of the other political from the Biden administration is a lot of smoke and mirrors.
I really think it's working. I think it's working. And from the looks of it, yeah, it looks like he has a lot of support here. I'm supporting him for sure.
He's not a racist. I feel that he is very relatable to our community.
Black people don't discount you because you're a Democrat, and they don't discount you because you're a Republican. They hold you accountable for what you say you're going to do.
So a lot of us are, I want to say we're waking up from the political veil that's over our eyes. We're waking up.
Well, for my family, they're predominantly Democrat, but they're tired of what's going on. They're tired of not being put first.
President Biden hasn't done anything for the Black community.
He's not doing his job in supporting our people. We find it very beneficial that if you're going to take care of our community, you have to take care of our community and not take care outside of the community of other countries when we have enough going on within our political standard.
Not many promises were made, but there were things that he said he was going to do, which opening the border for an invasion is not one of them. That is an attractive suit.
You know, if you're a single parent and you work 2 jobs trying to make ends meet, you're paying for daycare, you're taking your kids to school, it's very upsetting that, you know, people who are illegal immigrants, not following the proper procedure with immigration and going through the normal channels, but you're skipping the line.
Donald Trump, if we even look at his history before he was the president, he had lots of connections in the hip hop community and business and things like that.
It's been outstanding, you know, very impressed in all his work, and we're here to bring him in. We need him, we want him, and we're happy to have him here.
We'll see in November 2024 which leading candidate garners the most minority vote. Here from Columbia, South Carolina, I'm Abinti Korshi with the Washington Examiner. Donald Trump is here.
But they ain't black, bro. let the media tell it. We're all brainwashed. We don't know what we're talking about. The fact of the matter is everybody who had something to say was intelligent and well-spoken, and not one person said, I'm supporting Donald Trump because he's indicted and I know what it's like to be indicted. Not one person said that. So this whole idea that the media is now coming out saying that, oh, Trump is a racist because he said black people like me because I've got indicted. There are some black folks whose primary motivation for now supporting Trump has to do with the fact that he's been indicted. We are not going to act like the people down in Georgia with the N-words for Trump t-shirts on isn't a thing. We're not going to act like that isn't a percentage of our community. Not all, not all, not all. But that is a fact of the matter, is that we have more than ever black folks, like the brother said, are starting to pull the wool off of their eyes. Now, hold up. Go ahead. Because we gonna have to take it here. And we just gonna have to continue with this energy, right? We're gonna have to continue with this smoke. You have to continue with all of this smoke. Go ahead. No audio.
I now want to bring forth a friend who has, he is deceptive in that his social style is of such. One can miss his seriousness, and his commitment for their success is beyond argument. When we opened this Wall Street project and we talked about it, he gave us space at 40 Wall Street, which was to make a statement about our having a presence there. And beyond that, in terms of reaching out and being inclusive, he's done that too. And created for many people a comfort zone when I ran for the presidency in 84 and 88. And many others thought it was either laughable or something to avoid. He came to our business meeting here in New York because he has this sense of the curious and a will to risk to make things better. And so aside from all of his style and his pizzazz, he's a serious person who's an effective builder of building for the builder people. Last year he was a part of our workshop, of our panel workshop on what are the challenges and opportunities. And so this, a year later, Donald Trump, for a few minutes, challenges and opportunities to embrace the underserved communities. Donald Trump.
But Trump is such a racist.
I will tell you, a large percentage of the people, and especially in construction, that are building these great jobs are black and minorities, and I'm very proud of it. We have close to 25%.
Come on, yo. Come on, news media. Y'all gotta snap. Come on. Yo, listen. There is in certain parts of the quote unquote black community. I don't even know what that is anymore. But there's certain parts of it who have to snap out of it. Y'all gotta stop, because it's cooning and buffooning at a high level. You know, he racist and he don't want to see black people, and the black people and he racist. Oh, yo, you think listen.
I think the numbers going up, and production that are building these great jobs are black and minorities, and I'm very proud of it. We have close to 25%, and I think the number's going up, and they do a great job. There are no better builders than we have in New York, and a big percentage of that is black and minority folks. So I just want to thank everybody in the room for being here. I look forward to some questions, and then I don't know how we're ever going to leave this building today, because if you look outside, it is terrible, but we'll figure a way. There's always a way, and thank you, Jesse, and congratulations.
Yeah, okay. Y'all gonna have to knock this off.
Y'all gotta really cut it out, man. It's just
Right.
it's like you said, it's cooning and buffooning at a level beyond. It's a level beyond. But then you have this argument is that, and I saw this. We could go through. I'm not gonna do it, but we could go through the comments, and you see these black people brainwashed. They ain't really black. These black people buffooning. The Republican Party don't want y'all black people, and y'all black people just brainwashed by the evil bootlicker Trump.
Somebody said to me yesterday, you must have learned history from the white man. It's like, well, my history teacher happened to be white, but the history of my history teacher didn't matter. The history was the history. The country. So it's incorrect that the United States, the what do you call it? The Bill of Rights, the Constitution, when those things happen, changes because of the color of the person's skin who's teaching the history class. Like, come on, son. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well. What the other thing I'm going to say about this, bro, and here's the reality of it. No other group other than Black Americans votes monolithically. Nobody else does that. You won't find 90% of anybody else voting one way, bro. And we've got to change that. We've got to snap out of it. We've got to learn how to vote outside the box. Now, the problem that the media has with Donald Trump is that I was there for the entire speech, bro. I wasn't offended once. Not one. I wasn't. There was
that's the ultimate spin. You know they got to spin it. They got nothing else on them. So, he said that he couldn't see nothing but the black people. Yeah.
Yo, it was everybody laughed. Yo, if you were in there and you saw the way these bright lights were beaming at him, like, yo, it was.
Yeah, the white people just kind of fused into the light. I've been on stage and I've had that happen to me.
Right.
I've been on stage and had the lights in my face and couldn't see the white people. Couldn't see them.
Nah, here's the other thing, though. And look, he did that hour-and-a-half speech, almost 2-hour speech with no teleprompter, bro. Do you think for 1 second Joe Biden can speak for more than 6 minutes? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you the highlight of the night for me. Here's the thing, right? You have this room full of black and white people. Majority of the room was black. Let's be real. Excellent event, very well executed. But on stage, you had Dr. Ben Carson. And I'm going to tell you the highlight of the night for me. Trump was great, bro. But when I walked up to Dr. Carson and I said, "Hey, Dr. Carson, my name is Abdul Ali. We gave you the Mecklenburg Black Republican Club's Lifetime Achievement Award a couple of years ago in Charlotte." He goes, "I remember you. I was on stage with your Lieutenant Governor and Senator Bud." I was like, "Oh, snap. I've been remembered by Dr. Ben." Like, that was the highlight of the night for me, bro.
All right. Well, listen. Look. Yeah, pull that up. Put the tab up, sir.
I got the tab up. Here's the tab.
I've spent a lot of time with Xi Jinping, someone whom I have a great deal of difference with. And I was, when I was vice president, my president told me that he wanted me to get to know Xi Jinping because it was clear he was going to be the head of Russia, of China, and we were having problems with Russia at the time and other countries as well. And so what he said was, get to know him. He's going to be there. And he couldn't because he was the president. He couldn't travel. So I traveled 17,000 miles with him throughout the country, our country, and in China as well. We were in the Tibetan Plateau, and he turned to me and he said, "Can you define America for me?" And this has been documented, it's real. I looked at him, I said, "Yes, I can," in one word. He looked at me and he said, "What's that?" And I said, "Possibilities." possibility.
Of course, there's possibilities. Of course, you get decrepit old geezer. There are possibilities. We got possible to make a whole lot of money off of y'all. So yeah, we gonna do this work. Yeah, he's not there, bro. The guy's not all there. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're gonna come right back with top of the morning. Stay tuned. We gonna get into this Nikki won't quit thing. We'll be right back.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Top of the Morning, best 30-minute morning show on the internet, best thing smoking. Make sure you head over to tuconservative.com. That is where you can support what we do. And yeah, man, we appreciate that. As you see on your screen, tuconservative.com, or you can send some love via Cash App, $TUconservative. Get yourself a commercial, do something, man. Help us out. Help us, help you, help us to help y'all.
Bro. Listen, I know South Carolina just happened, and I know Nevada's on the screen, bro. But don't you think if you lose to none of these candidates that you should quit? Don't you think somebody on the team ought to be like, hey, Nikki, listen, we need to talk?
Well,
like, anybody on the team? Nobody's telling her to quit, bro. Nobody.
Nah. She better take these signals, because AFP and them said, hey, we're going to have to stop this, because she has spent let me turn the music off to say this. Let me turn this off. $76 million. $76 million on her presidential aspirations. My question is, what do you think she's paying herself? Out of $76 million. When we go pull that FEC filing, when we start looking at them numbers, what do y'all think she paid herself? Who stays in the race this long? Look, DeSantis said, okay, enough is enough. Vivek Ramaswamy said, okay, enough is enough. And look, I respect Vivek's business acumen, right? And we put up a post, who should Trump pick for VP? And a lot of people are saying Vivek. But I think there's some internet trickery with that, right? And then there's just like, oh, the millennials, we need a millennial and a millennial and a millennial. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that.
Look.
No, listen, the reason I'm saying that, it is my personal thing, because he almost didn't make it up from them 10 push-ups. That's all I'm saying. What does it have to do with being a millennial and you're not physically there? Right?
Yeah, he almost didn't get up from the
He almost didn't get up from. Now, I mean, yeah, we're being funny about it, but look, I don't think Trump's going to give you 35 either. Though. I don't think.
Yeah, but granted, he's 70 something.
Right, but I mean,
he ain't Jack LaLanne, bro. Come on.
I mean, Jack LaLanne ain't even Jack LaLanne. I found out that guy was testosterone injected and everything.
Ew.
He was on all. I heard he was on all of the steroids. That's what I heard. I don't know,
all of the HGH.
All of it. I heard they was dropping that thing off by the kilo at Jack LaLanne cribs. I heard the
Jack LaLanne.
Yo, I heard he was single-handedly holding up the HGH business for years.
Yo, so look, if you look at this screen, right, and you see 59, 500,000, 451,000 to 298, that is not even close. How do you not, as it were, read the tea leaves, bro?
Like, you don't have to. That's the thing. Even like I said, when the billionaires with a B, like, all right, now you starting to, we just light money on fire now. Like, we don't have to rethink this. That's when you should go, yeah, you know what, guys? Maybe we should rethink this. That's what I would do, right? If my major fundraisers start going, hey, this ain't working. I gotta ask myself, hey, is this working? Is this working?
No, you got to do it in that exact voice, though. You got to do it in that. Hey, I mean, is this working? I don't think this is working.
This is your conscience. This ain't working.
Oh, he hit him with the, this is your conscience. So what does it say? And I'm just curious, because we can move on to the last thing with this whole RNC thing in a second. But what does it say that 3,000 people still voted for Ron DeSantis? 728 people still voted for Vivek.
But
657
that's
people
why I
still
said what
voted for
that. But
Chris
listen,
Christie.
that's why I said what I said about choosing the vice president, and everybody's like, pick Vivek. Respectfully, why he got 726 votes? I make it make sense to me. Like,
Yeah, all right. So here's
that's
my
all
thing,
no,
right?
but listen, that's what I'm asking for. I'm not shooting it down. I'm just asking, make it make sense to me. I don't have no problem with a millennial or anything else, but clearly the appeal isn't what y'all think it is because there's 726 votes.
Yo, I said this to a friend of ours. I said, look, because they're like, he's inspiring. I'm like, bro, has not inspired 1% of the vote. He can't, he hadn't got one.
I'll show you. I'll show you the poll. I'll show you the poll. Here, pull up our tab. Oh, I'm gonna get to that in a second. Hold on, pull up my tab right here. Boom. So we got this right here. Okay. And this is who should Donald Trump pick. You see that tab?
Yeah.
So Vivek first, Byron, Christie, but heavy on the Vivek because we need a millennial and Gen Z engagement. It's okay. Vivek also appeals to young blacks and Latinos.
Nah,
I don't know where people are getting this from, but
I don't know where
okay.
they're getting that from. That's a weird.
Christy Nome, that's not a bad pick, right? Christy Nome's not a bad pick. Lee Zeldin, shouts out to Thea. Lee Zeldin.
Who I would like to see, and I've posted.
Look, Vivek, Ron, or Ben Carson. Look at that. We got a Ben Carson in the mix.
I wouldn't mind a Tim Scott or a Byron Donalds.
Byron Donalds. He's young, super intelligent, and he don't take ish from no one. I would love to see Vivek as the press secretary. He would destroy the media every day.
Oh
now,
my
that would be
buddy.
hysterical. Having him as press secretary would not be a good look for the media. I would be tuned in daily with popcorn. Like
every single day.
That's one thing he's gonna do is and I'm not saying I don't like Vivek. What I'm saying is that I'm being practical.
That's his
about
lane,
this.
though. That would be wonderfully his lane. Somebody floated the idea around, and we'll talk about this. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, but somebody floated the idea of Vivek as RNC chair, and I was like, I don't know about that one either.
Not a bad thought. Some of these ideas, they're just thoughts. That's why we put these polls up and we say who should he pick, right? Yeah, and at the end of the day, obviously, clearly, everybody's entitled to their own opinion and their own thoughts, and we don't disrespect y'all for having that. I mean, just we may not agree or have a difference of opinion on these things, which is fine, But I get it. Y'all want somebody that looks like your age group and your whatever the case may be. No problem. Totally understood, right? So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're gonna get into this last segment, and we'll be right back here on Top of the Morning.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
Hey, I'm Lori Buckout. I served in the Army 26 years, retired as a colonel. I started a business from scratch that created a lot of great jobs for veterans. We help the military develop ways to defeat IEDs, improvised explosive devices, saving the lives of hundreds of American soldiers and preventing thousands of serious injuries. Now let this conservative fighter take on Biden's mess at the border. I'm Lori Buckout. I approve this message.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're back. Top of the morning here on the Urban Conservative. Thanks to each and every one of the candidates that support what we do here on the Urban Conservative. If you are running for office, you too can have an ad just like the one you saw here on the Urban Conservative. Now, on to the last story of the morning, bro.
On to the next. On to the next. Go ahead.
The RNC committee woman, chairwoman, Ronna McDaniel, is set to step down after Super Tuesday. Now, the front runner in that race, it's a good friend of ours, okay? It's a great friend of ours, is Chairman Michael Whatley. North Carolina Republican Party chairman is set to take the helm. That's who Trump won. Ronna's been in for 7 years and will step down from her post on March 8th in a statement that was obtained by ABC News. Her resignation is set to take effect after the Super Tuesday. She said she would resign at the spring training meeting in Houston, Texas, to allow the nominee to select a chair of their choosing. Handpicked by Donald Trump to serve in the role shortly after his 2016 election, McDaniel is reported to have arranged her departure with the former president, who is far ahead of his sole primary challenger, Nikki Haley, in the delegate fight. Now, here's the thing, right? A lot of people are beating up Ronna McDaniel. Okay, they beat up Ronna McDaniel. They say, "Oh my God, the GOP can't raise any money. The GOP's this, the GOP's that." A lot of people are talking about the races that Republicans in certain state lost, which, quite frankly, the RNC had nothing to do with. It's sad that a lot of people don't really know how the RNC actually works, what races they actually play in, and what things go on. Now, I will say this: I think Michael Watley would be a great RNC chairman.
Well, can I do this? Can I do this real quick? Can I share
Do
this
what?
tab right
Do
here? Can
what?
I have to? When we start talking about Michael Watley, and you say he's a good friend, right? I want to show y'all this. Can we play this?
Yeah, go ahead, fire in the hole.
Thank you, Keisha. I know you've been fighting very hard for us, so I want to thank you again. The next person coming up to speak for a duel tonight is our chairman, Michael Watley. Michael, you've been a great fighter for us, so thank you, and look forward to hearing you speak.
Look, thank you all for coming out here tonight. This is really, truly important. And I got to say, I am genuinely thrilled that we are here in 2024. You know, I know Abdul asked me if I would speak for 30 or 40 minutes tonight, but I'm going to be a lot more brief and a lot more concise. But I do have to say, you know, I was out in Iowa a couple weeks ago. You guys may have heard we had a caucus out there. And I had a chance to be in a caucus, the first caucus that was voting that night, and it was the first votes that were cast to throw out Joe Biden. And we need to get that done. And when we look at where we are as a country right now, you know, here in North Carolina, we're blessed. We've got a Republican legislature. We've got Republican courts. They're doing a great job. We need a Republican governor, and we're going to get one. We need a Republican attorney general, and we're going to get one, right? But on the federal side is really, truly where North Carolina matters. We are going to lose a seat in Alabama because of a court case in redistricting. We're going to lose a seat in Louisiana because of a court case in redistricting. New York, it's going to be very tough to hold all those seats that we won last year with Lee Zeldin on the ticket. And every person that I talk to across the country says, thank God for North Carolina. We flipped our Supreme Court. That Supreme Court threw out our congressional maps and ordered the legislature to draw fair maps. And we are now in a position where we're going to be able to deliver 3 or 4 or 5 congressional seats to add to that Republican majority. And no Republican has or can win the White House without carrying North Carolina. So we're going to have to work extra hard on that federal side. And the 12th district is absolutely critical for what we are trying to do. We cannot win North Carolina without Mecklenburg County. We cannot win Mecklenburg County without the 12th district. And we've got the guy, the right guy, running for the 12th district with Abdul Ali. You know, this guy has been a county chair. This guy has been the chair of the North Carolina Black Conservative Voices Coalition, which we put together back in 2019. He has been a leader all across this state. He's relentless as a grassroots activist. He is relentless as a communicator. And he knows that we're in a fight. And he is ready to fight. That's what we need here in the 12th district. So thank you for coming out here tonight. Thank you for supporting this guy. We're excited that we get to be out here early because I don't have to wait for the primary to get over because you're the one. But you know what? We need to circle around him. We need to lift him up. We need to support him. And this is one where we...
Yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Right then and there. The next
What I better not hear from none yous Is that when he becomes the when he becomes the RNC chair? Oh, Michael Otley, racist, hell, support black people. Hey, blah, blah. I bet not hear none of that. Won't hear none of that.
You're
Won't
gonna have
hear.
a hard time with that one, just based on what he said there. But I think looking at the operation that he set up in North Carolina from a election integrity perspective, looking at the operation that he set up from a voter integrity perspective here, yes, there were some debacles, some issues with the state convention. Nobody's perfect, but I think going into 2024, the RNC needs somebody that's a serious contender, somebody that can communicate effectively, somebody that's going to be able to put an operation in place that we had in North Carolina,
Right,
scale that across the country.
And someone who has on the record, for the record, in the record, however you want to say it, has said that the future of the party is black and brown and Latino and everything else. That he has went on the record and said, hey, if we can reduplicate what we did in North Carolina, which has more black Republican leadership, more Latino Republican leadership than damn near any other state, you can't ever throw no rocks at that man. Not on my shift anyway. I'm not gonna have it. It ain't gonna work.
Nah, not at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Soon to be, and we'll see how the votes pan out. The next RNC committee, man. And look, not for nothing, whether you love her, whether you hate her, you got to thank Ronna McDaniel for her service to the Republican Party. I get it. She's related to Mitt and all of that. I got you. But she did an amazing job as the Michigan GOP chair. I think she served with distinction and honor. I know people are upset. They spent $50,000 on flowers and limit. All right, I get all of that. But you'd still have to think that she put her time, her energy, and her effort into serving the party. So thank you to Ronna McDaniel for that. Thank you for your investment into minority communities. We've got the Lumbee Community Center. We had Black Engagement Community Centers all across the country. North Carolina and Georgia, I got to go support those. So let's not be remiss in thanking Ronna McDaniel for her service to the Republican Party. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You have been checking out Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. Make sure, don't we got a major interview coming up in the next couple of days?
We'll announce that at the weekly wrap-up. Don't worry about it.
We'll do that on the weekly wrap-up. But ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned right here to the Urban Conservative. Follow us everywhere, TUC Twins, over on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Go over to tuconservative.com. Get yourself a commercial, sponsor a season. We need your support to keep sharing conservative values and principles to urban communities across this great nation of ours. For my twin brother, Raheem, Architect Soto, I am Abdul Ali. You've been checking out Top of the Morning. Peace and love, y'all.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
Tuesday, March 5th, vote Jim Key for North Carolina State Auditor. He's the only candidate with federal auditing experience. Vote Jim Key, your key to accountability for North Carolina. Paid for by the committee to elect Jim Key.
Hey, I'm Lori Buckout. I served in the Army 26 years, retired as a colonel. I started a business from scratch that created a lot of great jobs for veterans. We help the military develop ways to defeat IEDs, improvised explosive devices, saving the lives of hundreds of American soldiers and preventing thousands of serious injuries. Now let this conservative fighter take on Biden's mess at the border. I'm Lori Buckout. I approve this message.